Yo, what's up, guys? What an absolutely despicable display again by AC Milan yesterday. Milan lose 2-1 to Fiorentina, making that another loss for them in Serie A. Back-to-back losses, counting the Leverkusen loss in Champions League during the week, of course. That is another loss for Paulo Fonseca and Milan, their fourth loss in 9 matches. Unacceptable by this club of this magnitude to have performances like this, like they did yesterday against Fiorentina. Now, there was a shit ton of controversy, of course, after the game, but there was also some controversy during the game. So now let's talk about the game a little bit first, and then we're going to get into what happened after the game and what Fonseca said and all that other shit. But to start off the game, guys, once again, I did not like Milan's start to the game. First 20 minutes, again, lackluster by Milan. Fiorentina started threatening Milan, of course. I did not like how they were attacking. Milan looked stagnant again, of course. The same way they were playing against Leverkusen and Liverpool, I saw the same shit again against Fiorentina last night. Now, the first 20 minutes of the game, like I said, was shit. And then we had a little bit of controversy, of course. Mike Maignan punches the ball out. Theo Hernandez is near the ball. He lets the ball bounce. Then he's right beside the right back, Dodo. Him and Dodo both attempt to go for the ball. Theo and him both kick it. And Theo slightly gets his boot. And referee Luca Pareto is told by VAR to go take a look. And after review, if you guys see here, Theo barely touches the guy. Maybe he gets slightly outside of the guy's shoe. And what happens? He calls the rigore, a penalty. I'm like, why is that a penalty? I thought that was a chintzy call by the ref. Minimal contact by Theo. And they award Fiorentina a penalty. Now, Moise Kean goes up to take the shot, and Mike Maignan, obviously, is a great goalkeeper, and once again, he bails on Milan, making a huge penalty save on Moise Kean to keep it at 0-0. But then, guys, of course, Milan always get it right up the ass when it comes to their former players or players on loan for them. Of course, guys, you know this beautiful gentleman right here, Yassine Adli, did everything he could to stay at Milan, sat on the bench for a year and a half for no reason from Pioli. Of course, he tried everything to stay, but Milan told him that there's no room for him, so he left. And then Yassine Adli, who plays for Fiorentina now, decides to stick it to his former club, obviously. In the 34th minute, Adli gets the ball. He blows by Pulisic. He's got a little bit of space inside the box and takes a right-footed shot to the far post, and we all know Adli's got a great right foot. He has shown it in games, okay? He has a beautiful shot. He shoots that beautiful ball, and boom, hits the post and in, and Milan are down 1-0, 34 minutes in, and obviously Adli does not celebrate because he respects the club so much, and you can see he's on the brink of tears, basically, the fucking guy. But he scores that great goal. Fiorentina up 1-0, and you're just thinking to yourself as a Milan fan, here we go, a bloody again. Right? So, about 10 minutes goes by. Around the 43rd minute, Milan start off with a beautiful build-up. Okay, Morata does a beautiful back heel to Abraham. Abraham does a beautiful back heel to Pulisic. And while Pulisic's falling, he's able to get the pass off to Reinders on a through ball. Reinders gets tripped up. Milan get a penalty, of course. Now, we think to ourselves, okay, we see Theo lining up for the ball. Lines up for a penalty. And Theo usually takes penalties for Milan. Of course, he usually scores them. So Theo lines up for the penalty. And I have to say, guys, horrendous penalty by Theo. Horrendous penalty. It was low, wasn't hard. And, of course, Davide De Gea, former Manchester United goalkeeper who didn't play for a fucking year almost. All right, because nobody wanted to sign him. Plays for Fiorentina now. Robs Theo on the penalty and keeps the score 1-0 for the La Viola. And it's going into halftime 1-0 for them. Then the second half comes around. 10 minutes in, Milan's got a corner kick. Theo's taking the corner. I don't understand why Pulisic's not taking the corner kicks, guys, because Pulisic, in my opinion, every time he puts in a corner kick, it's always a dangerous one. And he has put in some corners, and we have scored off of them. So I don't know why Pulisic's not taking the corners on both sides of the field. So Theo takes it, crosses it in. Morata heads it back into the middle of the box. Gabbia and Kean both go for it. Gabbia gets his foot in front of Kean's. Kean kicks Gabbia's leg, and Pareto gives them another penalty. But this time here, instead of Theo taking it, it's the lone player Tammy Abraham taking it, okay? I'm thinking, okay, it's a striker, all right? Abraham goes for the shot, and Davide De Gea, once again, comes up big. Stoning Milan again. 2 penalty saves. 3 in the game in total. How often do you guys bloody see that? Not very often, right? So De Gea makes the save. Keeps the game at that scoreline 1-0. And you're thinking to yourself, Milan's not winning this game, or they're not even going to get a bloody point. It's just not their day. Then 4 minutes later, Milan have the ball, Teo's on the flank. And I have to say, man, this is why Teo was a great player. What a bloody ball he puts in to Christian Pulisic. And Pulisic gets his right foot on it and beats De Gea. Now, I hate to say it, but that was the only beneficial thing Teo did in this match. So Teo puts that cross and Pulisic scores. And now the game is 1-1. And we're thinking, okay, maybe Milan now can get a lead. They got 30 minutes left plus added time. Maybe they can get a result. Didn't seem to happen that way, guys, because in the 72nd minute, Fiorentina have a goal kick. And Fikayo Tomori, man, oh man, Fick, this one not good, looking good on you, bro. Fikayo Tomori goes and jumps and completely misses the ball. Falls right to Moise Kean. He lets Goodmanson take it. Goodmanson takes a strong-ass shot, beats Magnan. Fiorentina take the lead. And once again, us Milan fans are in bloody disgust because Milan had 2 penalty shots, missed them. This game could have easily been 3-1 Milan. Fiorentina scored to make it 2-1. Milan have an opportunity in the 86th minute where Chukwueze had came in for Pulisic. Pulisic was not happy about it, by the way. Of course, we saw him when he came out. Chukwueze takes the shot, and then De Gea makes a good save. That was Milan's last opportunity of the game. Moise Kean had a chance. In the 91st minute, he took a thundering strike. He hit the crossbar. He didn't score, obviously. Game ends, and then Teo Hernandez decides he needs to get something off his chest to the ref. Mouths off to Luca Pareto. Teo gets a red card, and now he's going to miss the Udinese game, a team that always busts our chops, and we will not have Teo there for that match. Now, Milan lose this game 2-1, of course, all right? But we all know the controversies that happened in this match, okay? And it was regarding the penalties, of course. In the first penalty here, guys, you can see that Morata's got the ball. He gives it to Teo, and Teo takes the penalty. You see Pulisic there in the background, right? And he knows something ain't right. But Teo takes the penalty, he misses. But the second penalty, guys, infuriates me more than the first one, okay? Because look what Fik Tomori does. Fik Tomori jumps to get the ball, gives it to his buddy, Tammy Abraham, and look what Tammy Abraham does. Pulisic goes right to him and tells him to give him the ball, and Abraham has the audacity to push him away. Tammy Abraham, you've been at this club for 9 games. Who the fuck do you think you are? Telling Pulisic to back the hell off and let you take the penalty. Okay? Unacceptable by Tammy Abraham to do that. All right? And then Paulo Fonseca, you're the manager. All right? Saying after the game, why were the players deciding differently who to take the penalty? And he said, oh, Pulisic's the penalty taker. He should be taking it. I told the players not to do that again. Are you fucking kidding me, Fonseca? You're the manager. This should not be happening during the game. You should have this solidified before the match. Okay? So if a manager cannot get his players to listen to him, what does that say about the manager, guys? That they don't respect him? They don't listen to him? Clearly, they don't. Because look what happened in this game. Does the guy have the room? Honestly, the inconsistencies with the team in the first 9 matches of the season, it's not good enough by this club, guys. It's not good. The fucking manager doesn't know what to say when his players decide for themselves who takes the penalty. That is truly, truly scary to think about, guys, that your manager doesn't have control of your team. That is a problem. This management needs to have a serious discussion during this international break. That's another thing, too. We got to sit on this loss now for a week and a half. That bothers me to no end. Then we got Udinese. We know what that team does to us, guys. They give us trouble every bloody game. Now, what happens if Milan go again and drop points? What if they lose? What if they tie? What should happen to Fonseca, guys? Leave a comment if you guys know what they should do. If you guys ask me, if Milan lose or draw to Udinese, I think Paulo Fonseca's time needs to come to an end. I told you guys, 10 games. 10 games. I would give this manager 10 games. He's only won 3. He's lost 4. Drawn 2. It's not good enough. It's not good. All right? Udinese is the 10th game. If we do not get 3 points and in convincing fashion, I'm telling you guys, they got to let this guy go. They have to. It's not good enough, guys. Manager questioning players. Players deciding who takes penalties. The team looks disjointed, giving up too many goals. It's a horrendous way to start the season. But guys, I think we all expected this under this manager and this management. The way they operate, completely incompetent by the entire Milan management. And this manager looks like he's out of his depth. I don't give a shit if they lost to Liverpool and Leverkusen. They're good teams. I don't care. We're AC Milan. We should be competing with the best. All right? Rafael Leao as well. Invisible today. Inexcusable. Invisible, Rafa. We need more from you, bro. We need more from you. You're the best player on the team attacking-wise other than Pulisic. But right now, Pulisic is surpassing you. You need to wake up, Rafa. Teo, I don't know what's going on with Teo. All right? The guy clearly seems he wants to change scenery. It's concerning for me. It's very concerning. Okay? He's arguing with referees, getting red cards. He's not putting in the performances he used to since Maldini's been gone, ironically enough. It's not good enough. Fik Tamori, he better not play the next game against Udinese. They got to play Pavlovic, okay? What has Pavlovic done to be sat on the bench for 5 straight games? Okay? And after that performance by Tamori, especially on that second goal by Fiorentina, misjudging the ball, God almighty, man, Tamori deserves to sit a game. Gabbio's got to play with Pavlovic, okay? Now without Teo, what are you going to do on the left side? You got Tenicani, you might have to call up Jimenez. You're probably gonna play Jimenez. If you guys ask me, they should play Jimenez. All right? Without Christian Pulisic, guys, we'd be screwed. Royally screwed. All right? And I did not think I'd be saying that 2 years ago. Without Pulisic, we'd be screwed. But he has been incredible for this squad. And the fact that the players did not give him the penalties is an absolute injustice to them. Okay? How dare they? How dare they? How dare they not give Pulisic the ball? Ridiculous by them. How do you not listen to your coach and your boss? He's the penalty taker. He takes the strikes. And the player's like, fuck you, Fonseca. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to do our own thing. It's not acceptable, guys. And when a manager is being overruled by his own players, that means it's time to go. We're already hearing it in Italy now. Fire him. Bring in Sadi. Okay? I do not want to hear this bullshit about, Fonseca's players. It's not Fonseca's fault the players missed 2 penalties. He's the one who's got to set the record straight who the penalty taker is. That's it. He sets the record straight and there's no argument. But because he doesn't do that, this is what we get. Disjointed and chaos. It's like a circus, like you said, Fonseca. It's a bloody circus right now. And this team, Milan, is the circus of Serie A right now. It's an absolute joke. Them and Roma. Okay, but Milan is an absolute joke right now how they've been operating, okay? They need to seriously look themselves in the mirror and change things. Because if things continue this way, I'm scared we don't make Champions League. I think we will, but I'm scared we don't, okay? But Napoli, Juve, and Inter will start to blow by Milan if they don't get their shit straight. But guys, another disappointing performance by this club again. Unacceptable loss. They need to get their shit together, guys, because I don't know if I can do this for an entire season. I really don't. But guys, you know what? That's it for this video. Thank you for watching as always. Click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, guys, as always, even though they disgust me at times. And remember, if you do not watch sports, you are more. Ciao, guys.